Yo, man, what it do, man? It's your man Dre, aka Dre on the wheels. This is the 11:30 podcast. Everybody going out there, man. Welcome back. Thank you for joining me here on another week, man, on a new edition here of the 11:30 podcast. Everybody, weekend was. Mine was blessed. Weather was good, but hey, it's a trick, man. That's a trick with everything going on, man. But we got a couple of things we want to talk about this week, man. We're gonna talk about Waco. Yes, Waco, man. It's taking over Netflix, man. And also, we're gonna talk about the NFL is help launching a wheelchair football league. Man, sign me up. I can be the coach in that one right there, man. Sign me up, man. Also, we're gonna talk about President Trump. Yeah, the foolish crap that he said, man. All that and more here on the 11:30 podcast.
11:30 podcast. It's Odie Breeze, baby. Dre on wheels. You know it. Now where you was when a nigga was messed up?
Where you was
I was
at,
on
man?
my ass. I was stuck in a tree. Ain't
Out
nobody
there,
held me
fucked
out.
up.
Ain't nobody held me down. I was faded. I was drinking. I was
nobody
popping the
tell me
molly. I
shit.
wasn't thinking, but I'm grown now. So it's
Yo,
back
man,
to
welcome back
basics.
into the
I'm living my
11:30
life.
podcast. We're gonna dive right into it, man. President Trump, man. Yo, man. For everybody out there that's really actually listening, because there's people out there that's bowed down to President Trump, man. And you guys really listen to everything he and his team said on live TV, talking about, yeah, man, if you got the coronavirus, man, a good way to get it off you and a good way to just kill the virus is spray some disinfectant spray or drink it. We testing everything out. We testing alcohol out. We testing disinfectant spray out, man. And people was just intrigued. They like, oh my God, we got disinfectant spray in the cabinet right now, man. We can go try this out, man. And now you got disinfectant spray, Lysol, and everybody else. They putting up stuff on Twitter talking about, please don't try this. Please don't try this. Like, really, though. Like, if you haven't seen this foolish-ass video, check this out.
We're also testing disinfectants, readily available. We've tested bleach. We've tested isopropyl alcohol.
So supposing we hit the body with a tremendous, whether it's ultraviolet or just very powerful light, and I think you said that hasn't been checked, but you're going to test it. And then I said, supposing you brought the light inside the body, which you can do either through the skin or in some other way. And I think you said you're going to test that too. Sounds interesting. Right, and then I see the disinfectant where it knocks it out in a minute, 1 minute. And is there a way we can do something like that by injection inside or almost a cleaning, because you see it gets on the lungs and it does a tremendous number in the lungs. So it'd be interesting to check that. So that you're going to have to use medical doctors with. But it sounds interesting to me. And so we'll see. But the whole concept of the light, the way it kills it in 1 minute, that's pretty powerful.
Yeah, I know. Crazy video. He out here just saying, oh, man, I said that sarcasm. You know, he was being sarcasm. Like, really, dude? Really? If that's what you was being, why would you say that? You're the president. You're in front of millions of people on live television. You got your team, man, talking about, yeah, man, we tested it on alcohol. We doing everything, man. So, yeah, disinfectant spray, we know it kills it right instantly, man. Once you spray it, rub it in, man, it kills it. So we're going to test it on humans, too, so we can see if we can do that. Like, y'all just saying anything, though. Like, really? On to our next topic, yo. Waco, man. Waco is taking over Netflix in sort of a way. I don't know if you guys seen it, though. Here's a trailer real quick.
You've looked to me to be your leader, to guide you on this journey. But I'm no leader. I'm a follower, just like you. God has instructed me to stay here and wait for his sign. This is our time to prove through suffering that we are worthy of the miracle that's to come. kingdom of heaven is coming. I promise you.
Look good, don't it? Yes. Well, the 6-part episode documentary series that premiered on the Paramount Network in January of 2018, but was recently released on Netflix. Since its release to Netflix, Waco has touched a lot of people. In 1993, David Koresh was a religious leader, and the FBI, the ATF, they failed to seize David Koresh religious home. It's a cult, my guy playing it from Super Mario Brothers. He's known by Luigi. He played in a lot of movies though. But man, if you haven't seen this short docu-series on Netflix, go check it out, man. Waco, man. These to be honest with you, I watched it a couple of times, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I watched it once, but I don't remember what were they trying to siege about. I know the ATF is with alcohol and firearms and all that stuff like that. They did have a whole lot of firearms. Like I said, this was a cult like big old house, and they men, women, children, everything. Just they look up to David Koresh and everything, and I didn't really see what was the whole thing with the ATF coming there and like, yeah, we're gonna raid him, but they sent my man Luigi over to kind of like spy on him a little bit, and then he was like, I know you a spy. My man David said, I know you a spy. My man Luigi went back to the ATF, his mans at the police office, man. They know we coming. They came in, man, and just let off, man, like they didn't give a fuck, man. The dog came up barking against one of the police officers, and they shot the dog. And once they shot the dog, all hell broke loose. Nobody from David, religious group, nobody shot first. They shot the dog first. My man David went back into the house. After he got shot, though, went back into the house, and all his men just start shooting to protect everybody in there. And they didn't know that it was women in there. They didn't know it was children, let alone children, was in there, And they, oh man, the standoff, the gone on for 51 days. The ATF, one of the FBI, actually, the FBI got involved in it once ATF just failed to seize this joint. And the cameraman, he was there the whole time. They had a cameraman recording every moment of this go down. But then the FBI step in it. The fat motherfucker, I just wanted to throw something at the TV screen the whole time. The ending was just, man. So if you haven't seen it, man, go check it out, man. It's Waco, man. A true crime 6-episode docuseries. It's on Netflix right now, man. Go check that out, man. Yo, man, we're going to move on to our next topic, man. Well, this past weekend, man, with the NFL draft was upon us. It was the first NFL draft that was held digitally and, virtual because of the circumstances of the coronavirus and the pandemic that's going on right now. But the draft over the 3-day span was the most watched draft, over 55 million views over the span of 3 days that the NFL draft was on, man. And I don't really, watch the draft all like that, but it was some great picks. It was some great names that I were informed about that came out of this year's draft. Randy Moss's son, Thaddeus Moss. His name is just so funny to me though. But Thaddeus Moss, yes, he was drafted in the first round by the Washington Redskins. I'm from DC. Not a big fan of the Redskins. They seem like they just cannot hack it. So hopefully Thaddeus Moss, man, and could, have a little bit of his, father's mojo and lead the home team to something. The Baltimore Ravens, they selected linebacker Patrick Queen. That's my team right there. He was the 28th overall first round pick. And that was cool. That was real cool. But also in this NFL draft. A lot of people may not know, but Javion Kinlaw, just want to make sure I said that right. He was raised homelessness as a child in Washington D.C. and became a standout defensive tackle at the University of South Carolina and was selected in the first round of the draft this past Thursday night, by the San Francisco 49ers with the 14th overall pick. The 22-year-old garnered so much pre-draft attention not only for his 6'6" and 310-pound frame, but because of his incredible backstory. Kinlaw was homeless for multiple stretches of his childhood, including a tough stint in Northeast D.C. Now he stand to earn a $15.4 million contract over 4 years with an $8.8 million signing bonus paid up front, according to Sports Info Solution. Despite playing out of position at nose tackle for most of his third of his snaps, Kinlaw is viewed as the best interior pass rusher prospect, even though only had 11.5 sacks, though, man. So, yeah, man, that is going to be really cool, man. Javion Kinlaw, man. Really proud story to hear that, man. Grew up homeless, and now he's living a big dream in the NFL. So, shout out to him. Shout out to my man Thaddeus Smalls, man. Thaddeus Smalls. For real, man. Let's get ready to maul something, man.
Quantum power chairs like the Edge 3 with eye level and the forefront are designed to fulfill the everyday independence and quality of life needs of our consumers.
To ensure our chairs are up to the task, our test engineers dedicate over 700 hours of quality testing before each product launch.
Safety is most important. The Quantum team conducts testing to ensure power chairs are safe for consumer use.
We perform static and dynamic stability by loading our Edge 3 with a test dummy at rated weight. With impact testing, we assess a power chair's ability to resist impact.
Power chair users live all over the world, so Quantum assesses its products through climate testing.
We expose chairs like Edge 3 with eye level to extreme hot and cold temperatures to simulate these harsh environments.
With the splash test, the team also assesses the functionality of our chairs after prolonged exposure to splashing.
We want to ensure that Quantum chairs can withstand everyday weather conditions, such as being caught in a downpour or driving through puddles on roadways and sidewalks.
Another important test is driving our chairs through an acoustic sound chamber to determine if the chairs adhere to industry sound standards.
It's a great benefit to be able to drive the chair through the sound chamber so we can measure the noise coming from each side.
In the real world, driving surfaces aren't always smooth. There's bumps, cracks, and curbs. The Quantum team simulates these real-world conditions in their facility through fatigue testing.
We expose a chair to prolonged shocks and vibrations.
The chair is then picked up and dropped 2 inches to simulate the chair being driven off a curb. After a chair successfully passes each of these tests, the product is ready for launch.
We are committed to high-performance design and functionality to meet the needs of our consumer. To ensure we are meeting these standards, our testing protocols go above and beyond the safety and regulatory standards of the industry.
Yo, welcome back here to the 1130 podcast, man. First and foremost, man, I want to give a shout out to Zodi Breeze, man. Thanks for the music, man. I appreciate it, man. Go check him out on YouTube at Zodi Breeze. You heard me, man. Go check him out on YouTube at Zodi Breeze, man. Got some fire music, man. And follow him on all social platforms, man. But on to our next topic, man. The NFL is helping to launch a wheelchair football league. Yes. Brad Lane, who is representing this wheelchair football league, is the first. Well, in this, he hopes to be playing football in the fall in the first wheelchair football league, which is being launched by Disabled Sports USA. This past weekend, Brad Lane, a Marine veteran who lost both legs in an explosion while on patrol in Afghanistan in 2011, announced the draft pick for the Carolina Panthers Derek Brown. Brad Lane was selected by the NFL to represent the new league that plans to play in Chicago, LA, Phoenix, and Kansas City, Missouri. He's excited about this opportunity, even with the NFL draft being conducted digitally. Disabled Sports USA has programmed across 50 sports and soon will be expanded beyond. DSUSA also plays a role in developing athletes for the Paralympics. Many of the basics of football must be streamlined for the wheelchair game. With no kickoffs or punts, the ball will be thrown in the air rather than kick. A one-hand touch on the body above the waist is considered a tackle. Each roster will be balanced through a weighting system based on a player's disability. On conversions, a run is worth 1 point. A pass is worth 2 points. Now, we know this is going to be exciting. At least I'm excited to see it, actually. To be honest with you, I'm excited to see it. But when I was reading about this and hearing about it, it's the funny part. But it's actually, the most important part, I guess. But all participants must remain seated during play to keep it even for everybody that's needed. Brad Lang said it's people. If people are allowed to utilize their legs to stand up, it will put some people at an advantage. Brad Lang will go on to say wheelchair control will be a big aspect of the game. It will take a lot of work and stamina. We are going to get a knack for it, and the more we play. That is going to be interesting. So NFL helping to launch a football league, man. Hey, man, sign me up, man. I'm there, man. Yo, man, they opening up everything back up a little bit too soon to say to some, but they opening up right on time for everybody else. A lot of people got their stimulus checks and ready to go out to have a good time. But they are trying to open up populations where black people are most active. Don't fall for the okie doke, man. Just because I'm saying it, you may not even listen to me, though. But hey, y'all listen to some of those celebrities. Check my man Ricky Smiley out.
I just want to tell everybody, and I'm not telling you, I'm just making a suggestion in my own humble opinion. And you could take it and run with it and use it. If you can't, I understand. They're reopening a lot of these states, and they're reopening a lot of businesses and just everything that's going to attract minorities and people of color. Folks, don't fall for the okie doke. Keep yourself safe. Stay at home. Stay at home. Remember, don't forget the Tuskegee experiment and all these other things that happened in our history, and do not allow them to use black folks as guinea pigs. You understand? Stay at home. You have to ask yourself, is this worth your life? You know what I'm saying? Now, before you go out to have a good time or to get a tattoo or to go get a haircut or to go get your nails done, understand, if you get sick with this shit, you laying in the hospital looking at your family on FaceTime. If you get sick, your last conversation with your family will be FaceTime. They can't come see you. They're not going to be with you or whatever. If you're lucky enough to make it out of there. So think about your family. Think about what happened if you die or something like that. Only 10 people, you done live the whole life and can't but 10 people come to the cemetery and 1 or 2 people come to your funeral. No more than 10. So think about all that stuff before you get excited and figure that you're finna get out and go get a haircut and go to the bowling alley and go to the club and all this stuff. I don't care what nobody else do. You don't do what everybody else do. A family of 6 in Detroit had coronavirus and 3 of them died. Okay? You got an outbreak in Albany, Georgia. It's bad. It's bad. This thing is not letting up. And the second wave is going to be worse. It might be next year this time before things might get back to normal. So y'all be safe out there. Use your head. Don't fall for the okie doke. Stay at home.
Like I was saying, man, don't fall for the okie doke, man. Atlanta. If you think of Atlanta, you think of black. You think of African Americans, man. And they opening up Atlanta, or did this past weekend, the barbershops, the nail salons, everything, the beauty supply stores, you name it, they opening it. And man, they trying to tell everybody, man, just stay home, man. They stay home for real. They trying to get everybody to spend that money. These white business are, they need that money. And you know who's gonna buy? The minorities, man. We're gonna go out. We're not gonna give a fuck and listen to what everybody's saying on TV. No, they're not gonna take it serious. But in a couple of weeks, the minorities gonna be sick, and this disease is who's it killing? They killing the black community more than any other community. So man, we gotta take it serious, man, for real though. Man, before I get out of here, though, real quick, though, I want to share something with you guys, man. If you've been following me for a while, man, and you seen it, I think it was the New Year's episode. I made a New Year's resolution. It's April now, so, I mean, hey, take some time, though. But I stopped smoking cigarettes. Yes, thank you. But, yeah, man, I stopped, man. I made it a promise to myself and a mission to do so, and I stopped. Yeah, you get the urges, but you gotta find something that you passionate about and you love, and you just won't mind waking up. I mean, you don't mind waking up, and you thank God for waking you up every day, but digging into something and just keep being focused on that. And I don't know if I'm explaining it right though, but yeah, I just wanted to share that with you, man, and I appreciate it. Appreciate it, the love, man, and support that I got back from sharing that also, though. But, yeah, man, hey, the WWE corporate ladder, yes, I said it, at Money in the Bank is May 10th, live on pay-per-view, which Money in the Bank was supposed to take place at the Royal Farms Arena in Baltimore, Maryland. Yes, man. WWE was here in DC not too long ago, and everybody was talking about, yeah, I'm going to Money in the Bank, and I was like, where Money in the Bank going to be at? And I found out it was going to be in Baltimore, so I was like, I'm bummed about it, because NXT was coming here May 1st, but with all the things going on, I'm like, oh, man, so, but, yeah, Money in the Bank will be live on pay-per-view, but the big thing about Money in the Bank this year, you got to climb the corporate ladder. Yes, and what I mean about that, everybody is going to start at the ground floor of WWE headquarters. They're going to start at the ground floor, battle from boardrooms, all these rooms in the corporate, in this WWE headquarters, all the way to the top, where the ring will be at, ladders, and the briefcases will be at. And you got to treat the briefcase. It's a pretty cool concept. Leaked photos had already been out of this whole setup. And it got everybody buzzing, though. The WWE corporate ladder Money in the Bank briefcase match. Pretty intriguing. Pretty intriguing. Yo, before we go, we're going to talk about next week, The Last Dance. It's the whole thing going on with the Chicago Bulls and the Detroit Pistons. My man MJ said, man, I hated them Pistons, them bad boys, man. We're going to talk about that next week, but also what you guys think about The Last Dance. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the 1130 podcast here on YouTube. And also, don't forget to like the 1130 podcast on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter at Dre on Wheels. Follow me on Instagram at yours truly_Dre90. I appreciate all the love, man. This is your man Dre, aka Dre on Wheels, man. Hey, yo, don't fall for that okie doke, man. Stay safe. Be safe, man. God bless, man.
That you never seen. You think I'm fucked up, boy? I'm living my dream. Just leave me alone if you're not with the team. My brain too smart to come up with a scheme.